Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. Post some very interesting internal monologues. I suppose you could call them points. I guess, yeah. Post that episode. Before we get into this week's episode, though, let's have, as usual, our players introduce themselves and their characters. The dice say that we should start first of all with Ashen. Ashen, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Of course. I'm Ash, and I'm playing as Illona, a sneaky woman by day and a cat by night. That's me.
Yeah, I suppose. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. Next, we would have Show&Tell. Show&Tell, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Yes. Hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel, who is a mute peasant boy and a prince, and I don't know. He is having a crisis, or I'm having a crisis playing him. I don't know. We'll see.
We will see indeed. Kind reminder that you've just dipped into the negatives last episode on our little scale. We'll see what happens with that. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. Next, we will have Dely. Dely, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely, and as usual, I'm playing as Muninn, the traveling scholar. They are from Brightland University. Loves digging their nose into pages and books and things, and currently freaked out about this one-eyed man that's standing in front of them. So yeah.
Well, that one-eyed man has joined your party, so you have to deal with that for a little bit, I guess, or until Anghel drives them away. But yeah, thank you very, very much, Dely. So, last time, before the one-eyed man thing happened, the cliffhanger of the episode before last time was that you guys stumbled upon a burning corpse, which was soon revealed to be multiple burning corpses. You spent some time investigating, found out that despite the fact that they are burning, the vegetation that they are on isn't burning. You found signs that that magic was involved, that they were like set on fire by some sort of projectile fired from the road. Ophelia speculated that they were bandits attacking someone. She believes it's her uncle, but it's more of a blind guess, not really a very educated guess. And you also found signs of like the typical dead earth that happens after magic stuff happens. Either way, continuing on as you were getting your bearings, a rider came from the same direction you guys came from the burning city of New Spring, carrying the news that, hey, the city just burned down, please help. Ophelia shot him. Well, she ordered that he be shot, rather, and basically justified herself by saying, hey, I'm supposed to be in New Spring. This is like sort of giving me an alibi that, oh, I never knew that I should be in New Spring and all that. And also this gave Illona a new horse, because she was horseless for a little bit.
Yay!
Yes, look on the bright side.
Always.
Anghel received some intrusive thoughts that shooting an innocent person is not very nice and maybe he should do something about it, but he did not, so that's why he's in the negatives. But carrying on, Illona told everyone else about what she read in the Adela's journal, namely some very interesting stuff about a certain bearded red cabbage guy that you all have met quite a while ago, meaning last week. That is a person who is apparently a Moremi spy, as they are planning an invasion. But That's also a bit of old news because it was dated like a couple years ago, that like journal entry. So who knows where that's at the moment. Kind reminder that you did receive a letter from Bearded Red Cabbage Guy that he paid you to deliver. You guys were planning on, when you had the time, to unseal it, read it, and make it appear that it, do the thing where you use candles to make the seal not be broken and all that, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Then Illona continued reading the journal on her own, totally not seen by Rebob. She found something very, very interesting that Ashen apparently is very, very eager to share with you all. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. As you continued on the road, you saw a person standing next to a horse. You approached them. The person turned out to have one eye. Always thirsty, Anghel's companion recognized this individual as the legendary Good Eye, another of Prince Charming's companions, who, as the name implies, has a very good eye. And after saying some judgmental, I guess, things about Anghel and about Ophelia, for that matter, for which he almost lost his life, he agreed, or rather volunteered himself to join Anghel specifically, but your party in general. So now you have Good Eye with you guys. Alongside Good Eye was this weird, pretty ugly looking horse that surprisingly enough, Good Eye decided not to ride. Like, he's currently riding alongside Always Thirsty on his horse, and this ugly horse is going along riderless. But Good Eye insists that it come along, and it did come along, like, without you guys needing to, like, drag it by, what's the word? A rope or whatever
Reins?
else. Yeah, reins. Thank you, Show&Tell. Yeah, it came along on its own without the need of reins or whatever else. That's more or less where we left off. I guess I should mention, Good Eye, with his good eye, saw that the big green tree that you all see on the map currently is, according to him, dying. Apparently there's supposed to be a caretaker, and for whatever reason that caretaker is not doing their job. Good Eye said that the caretaker is probably one of the monks at one of the local monasteries. You can see there are two on the map. And Good Eye very vaguely said, well, if that tree dies, the tree of Prince Bogdan the Great, the entire forest will die, which is a incredibly vague threat. But you all nevertheless decided to take it seriously, much to Ophelia's objections. The compromise you all more or less reached is that as you will go on the main road, when the road will fork southwards towards the monastery, the Deer's monastery, Ophelia said, okay, we'll take the fork south and like have lunch at the monastery, which will like give you all a couple hours to solve the issue, but then we're going. That was basically Ophelia's stance on the matter. I think that is more or less it. Do you all have any, I suppose, questions or comments regarding what happened last time?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for now, I think.
Yeah, not from me particularly. It is interesting to like the fact that we kind of took I think it's interesting that we took Good Eye's word for the fact that if the tree dies, the whole forest dies. But
to be fair, he has demonstrated that he does have a very good eye, because he saw Illona reading something that she shouldn't, and he saw Ophelia order the death of that one horseman person. So I think that's where his credibility came from, at least from your guys' viewpoint.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but like, I mean, the fact that he saw the tree die is, I mean, okay, but how do we know that it will affect all the forest? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, he said dying, not die, past tense. Present continuous, not past tense, to be fair.
Yeah. Definitely. I think the only like, I believe that I believe what he says in terms of like if the tree dies because it's dying, if the tree dies, the whole forest dies. I believe that, but I only believe it because he is good eye. Like if he was just some random dude, I wouldn't necessarily believe him. Is what I mean.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, last time I asked Show&Tell, oh, what does Anghel think of like gathering all these companions? And Show&Tell, you said that Anghel tries not to think about it. But I am curious, what do Illona and Muninn think about the possibility of your party expanding with a bunch of weirdos?
What a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
I think Illona's not too excited about it. It's like a bit weird. But on the other hand, like if she were to be recognized by Tivians or potential like people she don't want to be recognized by, she'd at least like hopefully have a bunch of people to back her up with that. Hopefully. Unless she's like too demonic, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Interesting. It's also funny that Anghel is the only person who would know the fairy tale. So Anghel would know that most of the companions are not like bodyguard material. They're very, very specialized. Like there's always Thirsty Good Eye, there's always Hungry, there's Bird Wide Length. Those people are not like fighters. They're very good at one weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, having a lot of companions, you can always kind of just hide among them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
I mean, we sound like people that draw attention to themselves rather than, you know.
That is true.
than
We
the
probably,
people
yeah,
around them.
we probably look really normal compared to them. Yeah.
I hope so.
True. True enough. True enough. So, as you guys continue on the road, I guess shall we switch to the next map over? Because as you can see, the like bit of this map that holds the main road is pretty small, so we'd have to switch to the next map over. All right,
Sure,
everyone?
But are we going to the monastery? To the monastery, right?
That was your guys' plan. As I mentioned, your plan was to follow the main road, and when then it forks south, take the road south, and it forks south on the next map over.
Oh, and then go back to the monastery?
I think that was your plan, but obviously, if you,
That's what I thought.
yeah,
But okay, but we're not going to see the monastery in the next map. Like,
correct.
that's okay.
The monastery is on this map, as you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
But we
I
won't
was just wondering
see.
how that will go, but okay.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
switch
not
back
gonna
and forth, basically.
Oh,
Can you guys hear me, by the way? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then while I do that, I guess as our usual bit of warm up, what's going on through all your minds at the moment?
I think Illona is trying her best to not think about the horse situation that happened before. She's like, it was necessary. I had to do it, but it like deep inside she feels like dread. That was awful.
Which dreadful situation? That's because that's a very vague descriptor.
The one that involves the bang to the horse, you know?
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, there's been quite a few sort of. It's funny you mentioned that because there has been quite a few like dreadful things, hasn't there? Like, because when you said that initially, I thought like, oh, you mean when that guy was shot so that you can get your horse. But then
Oh, no.
obviously, like,
Okay,
but
right.
yeah, you're right. You also had to shoot a horse, not someone, but a horse. So yeah, there has been a lot of death, I guess,
Yeah.
recently.
Mm-hmm.
I think Muninn is like eager to get this whole situation out of the way with the tree and everything. Like, They just the sooner that we get this out of the way, the better, in their opinion.
And what about Angel's thoughts? Obviously, we delved into them a little bit, but again, just as a little warm-up exercise.
Anghel is struggling with himself, I feel like. Like struggling between, like he's still, like we kind of came to this conclusion last episode that he was just going to go after the uncle, after the orb, whatever, to fix things, you know? And now, but he's having doubts, I feel like.
Makes sense.
Or I am, anyway.
Makes sense. I guess while you're traveling, I think Good Eye will say to Illona, "Where'd you get that made?"
What made? What?
Your clothes, your shirt. They're not Rima made. The seams are all wrong.
I bought them off some merchant. Don't really know where they came from. Where's your tunic from?
Never actually thought about that.
That makes two of us.
He seems to like consider this new fact, and he says, "I don't actually know."
Does that bother you that you don't know? Can't you like figure it out with your good eyes? Good eye. I'm sorry.
Well, the seams don't really seem Rima. He like starts mumbling to himself like, but this seems like, oh, it's made from that part of the world, but no, this material is local and blah 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 blah. Like starts mumbling to himself.
Okay.
Identity crisis activated.
And while this is happening, from the carriage, you'll hear the voice of Ophelia say, "Rebob, can you come here for a little bit?" And Rebob, unless you guys stop him, would proceed to approach Ophelia's carriage to talk about something with her.
Alright.
Okay.
Muninn will probably like slyly put a hand on their that one of the hilts of their daggers, and then like looks to Anghel and Illona, thinking like with a face that says like, what do you think that's what do you think that is about?
Illona would like try to listen in as close as possible.
Give me a careful, please, Ashen. And do say out loud what you get.
I got a 2.
Okay. With a 2, are you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah.
Then also give me a sneaky, please, I guess.
I got a 5.
Good roll. Let me roll to oppose. A 7. Okay.
Oh wow.
Then as you move in very stealthily in your mind to listen in, Rebob just turns his head to look at you with a like blank stare, like really, but then he turns back and doesn't stop you.
Okay.
Okay. When Rebob reaches Ophelia, she will ask, "Rebob, my dear, I have some business to attend to in the next town over in Guardsman's. While I and Hakim are gone, could you please keep a watch over our friends?" And Rebob say, Of course, mistress." And she says, "Make sure they don't get into trouble and try to keep them away from Andronikos, you know." "Of course, mistress." "Alright, that'll be all." And Rebob like slows down, looks at you, Illona, with an expression that says, "Was that worth it?"
I slightly smile at him. Like, not innocently, but like, yeah. You know?
Sure. Then Rebob would slow down a little bit more just so that he can be like so that he can talk with or everyone, like Anghel, Muninn, and Illona, without like shouting or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he will say, "The mistress will have some business in the next town over. I'll be staying with you all. She shouldn't be too long."
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
And we'll get to this tree.
Well-
Go ahead.
Sorry. Muna would say, like, hopefully this business won't take very long, so we won't be away from Ophelia for that long.
He shrugs and says, "I don't think it will, but I'm not particularly sure." This town, it's split in two. The southern half, like this side of the river, is owned by one Andronicos Palace, a very, very unpleasant boyar, one of my mistress's rivals. The other side of the river is ruled by a different boyar. You might have met him in... Oh yeah, we saw him in New Spring. He was showcasing that wolf pelt.
Oh,
Wait, which one was that?
there
Oh,
was
it
a
was-
guy who was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, showing off the wolf's whatever, and we
Yeah.
thought, and it was clear it wasn't the wolf we were worried about.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it was just like,
That was the one that I wasn't there for, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dely. But Dely did not miss much because they did not interact with that person. They just saw him bragging, and he like had the look of an experienced hunter.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So after Rebob says that, he hesitates a little, looks at Illona with a look that says, "I'm only saying this because you already know," I guess. And he says, "I'm supposed to encourage you to stay away from Andronicos Palace."
We'll try.
Why must we stay away?
It is not proper for a servant to speculate on his mistress's motives.
Mhm.
Alright, well, fair enough.
I believe my lady's original plan was to have lunch in this town, although that's changed since we will be dining at the monastery. But I'm sure there's potentially shops that you can visit, or other ways to busy yourselves with while the mistress is busy.
Yeah. No, we can occupy ourselves, don't worry.
So what is our plan now? Illona looks to Anghel.
To Anghel?
Yeah.
Uh,
Muninn would too, because to be fair, Angel's the prince.
oh god.
Always thirsty and good. I also look at Anghel.
Everybody glistening
Thank
eyes,
you.
hopeful.
and the ugly looking horse as well. Rebob just looks confused.
Anghel looks confused too. Fine, no. He looks a little bit taken aback. I don't know what they expect him to say. I mean, as far as he's concerned, we would just wanted to check the monastery, right? And we're not gonna go there immediately. Are we?
I think, weren't we going to check the tree first and then the monastery, or am I wrong?
The tree is away. Oh, do you want to go to the tree?
I'm not sure.
If you guys want, I can put the maps side by side. If you give me just a second, because
Okay.
they show a composite picture, I guess. Just give me a second.
Yeah, that would be helpful, I think.
Give me a sec. Say this and this. I know this is pretty janky, but I think it should get the point across, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And we're at the city. Where are we right now?
Just give me a second, because this is not particularly easy to do. Okay, I'll use Illona's token to demonstrate. You guys are around here. Do you see where Illona's token is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The tree I'll use the horse token to demonstrate is here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with this like little composite image, I think you have a better idea of the geography, I hope.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the monastery is closer then.
Yeah, the monastery is like the one
Oh.
above, right?
Right.
It would be the one above because that's the one that's easiest to reach by road. Like a carriage cannot go through a forest.
Right.
Yeah.
But horses can. So like we could go through the forest if we wanted to.
Potentially.
Yeah. If Angel's so does Anghel say any of this in terms of like, oh, go to monastery? Like, does he say anything like that? Or
I guess before you answer, one other reason why going to the monastery was brought up was because the supposed caretakers of the tree are monks.
Yeah. To check on them, to check that everything's all right or something. Even though we don't know which monastery is,
Correct.
I think where
Correct.
the monks come from that are,
Correct.
are supposed to take care of the tree. But Ophelia is planning to go to the monastery like later?
Basically, Ophelia's plan is while you guys are in Guardsman's, she will conduct some business, then continue traveling along the road. Where the road forks, over here where I'm pinging, she's agreed to take the detour and go south with you guys. Have lunch at the monastery, which should hopefully give you guys like a couple hours to solve whatever issue you're thinking about, and then go back on the road.
Okay, so we don't have to go right now because we're going to go later anyway, I guess.
right. So we could go to the tree first. In a way, if we wanted to, right? Or not?
We don't have to go with Ophelia herself. We could go before, I guess, to the tree
Right.
and then meet her at the monastery if we wanted or something.
Okay.
Unless we... if we cross through the forest, I guess it will be shorter, right? Maybe actually do that. Can we actually do that?
Of course you can, but to be fair, distance isn't the only thing that matters when it comes to traveling speed. It's easier to go on a road than through a forest, like on foot.
That's true. That's true. On horseback though, probably
Same.
also.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. Should we
Also-
just like?
Also, it's not just a forest; it's hills as well.
Mhm. Maybe we should go on the road, but like go right away, and then Ophelia will catch up with us later. Like, does it matter? Like, do we need to wait around for her right now as she does her business in the city?
Ophelia's only wishes are that you stay away from Andronico's palace.
It feels to me like, oh, we should totally go there to check out what
Yeah.
it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
But in terms of Anghel, he doesn't care about that, I think.
Oh, also
So-
her other wish is that Rebob stick around with you, like you don't dismiss Rebob.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I guess what Anghel says is basically as far as he's concerned, we can continue the road toward the monastery already. That's what he's worried about right now, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well.
Unless you want to
then.
do something in the city.
I don't. Not at the moment.
Not for alone either.
Okay.
Muninn would say like, again, the sooner we get this done, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's just go then.
Yahoo!
Lead the way, Prince.
Oh god. Okay.
Rebab will say, let me inform Her Excellency of your plans first, so that she's aware of what's going on at least.
Does she need to be aware? Muninn would ask, I mean.
Of course she needs to be aware.
Yeah, we can't be aware what she's doing.
He shrugs.
That's up to you, Rebob, I suppose.
I have my duty to fulfill. So Rebab would go to, presumably, inform Ophelia of what's going on. Again, you guys have not reached the city yet. You're still on the road. She's still in her carriage. So he'd be going to her carriage to tell her.
Oh, okay. It's not far away. Okay. Fair
Nice.
enough.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm guessing nobody stops Rebab from doing that. Then, after a little bit, he would return and he would say, as long as I keep an eye out on you, you have her blessing.
Cool.
Okay. That works.
Okay, let me move the maps back in their normal position, because it's bothering me a little bit. Okay. I'll put this one in front for the moment. Alrighty. So, as you guys approach the village of Guardsmen's, you see that there is apparently a bit of a welcoming committee already, as two people will come to greet Ophelia's carriage that I will put on screen in a moment. One of them very clearly looks like a boyar, and I can imagine you guys can guess which one it is.
Possibly.
Did you put that on screen already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I wonder who it could be.
This
Oh.
gentleman.
Okay.
And he's joined by this lady. I'll show the viewers in a second. Okay. And they sort of walk, almost like blocking the carriage's path. The gentleman, the boyar, has like this air of supreme confidence about him. And it looks like the carriage will be stopping, and Ophelia is getting ready to exit the carriage. Do let me know if like you want to listen in on this conversation, or if you will just be going on your way.
I'm just curious if this is a Dronicus. Was that his name?
Who's sorry?
Was it?
I think Rebab would say, well, that's the person she told me to steer you all away from.
Do we want to listen to this conversation? Like, I just wonder about what this guy's agenda is, maybe, or something.
So
Yeah,
you want to
Illona's
listen?
also curious.
Yeah,
So
I want to
like
listen
eavesdrops a
into.
tiny bit.
I can just imagine us like, you know, in cartoons where like there's three people stacked on top of each other, like listening in.
Yeah.
Sure. Then this gentleman, Andronicos, will like extend his arms almost like as if going for a hug, but he's not going for a hug when Ophelia steps out of the carriage, and with a very deliberate smile he says, "Ah, dear Ophelia, are you heading to the..." Oh, that's surprising.
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry. Just a second. Oh.
No worries, no worries. That was just surprising. He says, "Ah, Ophelia, I'm guessing you're going to the vaunted wedding?" And she says, "Well, I suppose that's obvious enough, dear Andronicos." And he says, "But I thought your uncle was representing your esteemed Zarhos family, are you telling me there's trouble in paradise? And she says, so you've seen him? Perhaps. And she says, well, I see you're not representing your family. And Andronicus says, but as you know, the guest of honor always arrives late. And I have quite a few interesting guests of honor at my estate that will be attending the wedding as well. And she says, is that a threat, dear Andronicus? Oh, no. What should you be threatened? Should you be feeling threatened about? Those are some unusual companions you're traveling with. Peering over Ophelia's shoulder at you guys.
Should we act like we're not listening? Or like, is it? Or does he not think that we're listening anyway?
He's specifically looking at you, so he's not necessarily addressing Ophelia. She looks back at you guys with her very usual polite smile, and she says, yes, we're temporary road companions, nothing else. And he says, my dear Ophelia, I see good old Rebob right over there. Don't tell me you've gotten this bad at lying. Have you gone rusty? Well, she says, might as well introduce yourselves then. With a very tired smile, she says to you guys.
Okay.
Illona would say, like, actually, I'm gonna be off right now, but pleasure to meet you. And she would, like, start riding away. Adios.
I guess I'm going to follow.
Muninn would follow as well.
Boss move, yeah!
Can you hear me?
Yes!
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Not much of a reaction. My reaction was to ask Illona for a careful roll to see if she notices something.
Okay, just Illona?
Yes, just Illona.
1. I don't notice anything. At least good.
You know nothing.
I suppose you don't. Okay. Then Ophelia shoots you a look slightly disapproving. You can Illona, because you're used to nobility and such. You can get the feeling that she's slightly upset. Not that you guys are going along your way, because that's fine by her, but rather because you're being impolite, you're also painting her in a bad light.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
She did tell us not to interact with this guy, right?
Exactly.
No, she didn't say that, but she was she told Rebob.
She didn't say, how we're supposed to act if we were to interact with him. That's all on her.
I mean, we're small-minded.
Fair enough. Okay. As you walk past, Andronicus says, "Oh, very, very well. My dear Ophelia, would you like to join me for lunch?" "No, I would not." And they continue talking among each other for a little bit. Illona, as you go by, you notice a bit of a weird smell as you pass by Andronicus and his female companion, but you can't quite place it. And by the time you're gone, you move past, it's a bit too late anyway.
Oh shit, I wanted to know what that smell is.
Whoa, yeah, why? That's curious.
Stinky.
I guess if you want, you can spend fate points to improve your roll.
Oh, yes, please. I would like to. How much do I need to get before?
The higher, the more information I'll give you. A two is sufficient for me to tell you what the smell is. 4 is for me to tell you whom it's coming from, and a 6 to give you some more details.
6. Wow.
The big stinky.
Can I use exile Tivia noblewoman to figure out that nobility smell?
Huh. That's
a noble.
It's a surprisingly complicated question that you're asking me. I guess it fits. Yeah, I'll say that it fits. Okay. The smell as you pass by Andronikos and his companion is blood.
Oh,
Okay, damn.
That's not good.
Ooh. Are they vampires?
oh. We were talking about those earlier. Can you
They're
imagine?
vampires. I've made my mind up. They're vampires.
If it's annoying because if Muninn knew to look, if they knew to look, then I would like roll to like see if their like skin was pale or something.
Well,
You really think they're vampires?
I did only ask Illona to roll for a very specific reason that I will not reveal.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, yeah, I'm intrigued. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, if they're vampires, do you think they're vampires because of, like, the orb? Or
Oh,
just in general?
Maybe.
the orb vampires. Love that kind.
That'd be insane.
I mean, but I think, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think Ophelia knew them before the orb, so
yeah,
they just became vampires right now. Maybe. That could happen.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Maybe they were bitten, you know, not so long ago.
I guess I should mention that you've already met the local variety of vampire. Does not function as a usual
Mystery Goy?
vampire. Yeah.
Okay, so they're not, I guess.
Well, maybe they
You
could
never
be,
know.
but Strigoi are risen dead. They're not infected, if that makes sense.
Oh, so they're more like zombies then, rather than vampires. No?
Yeah, but like intelligent, almost alive seeming zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
TLDR, Illona notices the smell as she passes by Andronikos and his companion. As to whether she reveals that or not, or even notices it more than a passing thought, that is up to Ashen.
She would, when they're like a bit of a distance away, turn to Anghel and Muninn and be like, "Did you also smell the blood from them?" It was a bit odd.
Blood.
Yeah,
Rebab also looks alarmed.
I mean, they weren't covered in blood.
But they did smell like it.
Are you sure you're not just... I don't know.
I'm sure.
They killed someone, Anghel, you know, kind of signs. Yes.
Could be.
Okay.
Anyway, I guess we'll find out from Ophelia later, I hope, what that was about, but
Yeah. They're, Could Muninn... Nah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Muninn would, like, say... Well, their hands didn't seem like workers' hands. So it's not like they were... I don't know. It's not like they were butchering or...
They're also well dressed. It's clear. You can assume that they are not workers. They're clearly
They could be
nobility.
sick or something.
They could be what, sorry?
They could be sick. Like, I don't know. With, like,
Maybe.
something bloody.
Maybe. But either way, they didn't seem to have blood on their clothes. Just yet another thing to worry about.
Yeah. Does Anghel feel anything about this? Or is it vague enough that it doesn't?
There's a hint. Well, like intrusive thought is worry, like, but a very undefined worry, like, oh, are these people sick? Should you help them? Or, oh, are they murderers? Should you stop them? But because this is so vague, it's no, it's just a general sense of worry.
Okay, fair enough. So I think as far as Anghel's concerned, we can continue writing for now. Unless, you know, I don't know, it becomes more immediate in some way.
Illona does not care enough for that to stop her either.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, honestly.
Rebob looks worried and he keeps glancing back, but he knows his duty and will stick to you guys.
Yeah. Alright, well, there's not much we can do about it right now, so yeah, lead on. Muninn would say to Anghel.
Anghel isn't leading right now. I think
Is he not?
Illona is.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, she's the one who left first, so.
Yeah, that is true, actually. In that case, Muninn wouldn't say that, but they would just follow, or like be ready to follow Illona or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming Always Thirsty and Good Eye are just following, right?
Can you all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because it did the thing again. Yes. Pretty much you can assume, unless I'm saying otherwise, they are behind Anghel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Trusty.
Mm-hmm.
Then in that case, we would go forth. I'm not completely sure where we're going because I zoned out a bit, but where are we going?
Basically, we're going basically we're going down continuing along the road until there's you see the paler road, I guess it's less paved or something. I'm not sure what it means. It's less
neither road is paved. The only reason that one is gray on the map is to show you guys, hey, that's the big main road. But none of them are paved.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I think Illona would also track behind a little bit because it's not really her fight tree thing, so she would let Anghel lead.
Okay, so I guess Anghel does lead.
Sure thing. Do let me know if you guys talk about something or do anything on your journey.
I want to spill the deets about the diary.
Yes.
Well, the brief message I got from Teeironor.
Well, before you say, before you say that, or whatever it may be, what do you do about Rebob, if anything?
Yeah, it's a good point.
If anything, you can just pass along the news to him.
Maybe not.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe I can disguise it in some way. I can sign it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll pick up the story where I was going with that, and I'll just copy paste it if that's okay, Teeironor.
Sure. I think it's brief enough that you can just say it, but sure.
Okay. She was having an affair with her language tutor, a lady named Lydia von Starhelmberg from Brightland, and she described in very graphic detail everything, all the affair stuff.
Oh.
Damn.
And Illona would describe the deets, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they did that.
I think Anghel just blinks at her what? I didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Talking about.
I think I can imagine Illona looks like a grade schooler making all these weird vulgar hand gestures.
Yes, super violently.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe Anghel looks a bit terrified at that.
Muninn would sign. So she knew. I guess must have if written in book or diary.
Knew what?
She knew, as in the woman that wrote the diary. She must have known about the affair, right?
Oh, she was having it.
She was having it.
Oh, she was having it
She knew.
with her language tutor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The language tutor is also the one who taught her how to read and write.
Yeah. That's
And
why.
the language tutor. So this is Muninn signing. Language tutor man.
A woman. Lydia from Starhamburg, from Brightland.
I thought you said woman. Would Muninn recognize that name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Really?
Damn, juicy.
Oh,
Would
Who's she?
Muninn... Okay, so Muninn recognizes that name, but like specifically, do they know why they recognize it? As a like, is she a popular?
Deli, I thought you made your backstory.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, is she like famous or?
She's a character from your backstory. You know best how you know her.
Wait, what was her name?
You forgot.
Lydia from Starhamburg.
Lydia. Oh my life.
That's the one.
Maybe you should have copy pasted it, Ashen.
No! Oh my life! Muninn would like be shocked. For real. But like, obviously they won't say why.
Okay, can like Illona see that Muninn is shocked? Is it obvious?
Deli?
Yeah, I feel like for a second their emotions would be like on their sleeve a little bit.
Because Illona would totally press that. She'd be like, wait, it's Brightland. You know Lydia. Spill the beans, man.
Muninn would nod and say like, yeah, I know them.
Ooh.
It's a long story, but I know who that is.
Tell us the story. We got time.
Muninn would like look to Anghel and say like, I don't think you want to know. It's
Look at my face. Is this a face of someone who doesn't want to know?
Sorry, I'm laughing, but Muninn's obviously not laughing. Muninn would say, Lydia, you're sure that's the name? Definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Well, it's interesting that she's teaching language, but I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Who is she?
Muninn would like let out like a long sigh, and then they would sign like, Lydia and I knew each other from university. Well, before that even. She was like a sister to me, but obviously we weren't related.
A sister, I'm going to repeat.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. The last time I saw her, things were a little bit complicated. When was that entry from? Do you know? Like, how long ago was that?
I didn't say it to Ashen, so I'll just like clarify it. It's dated to about 7 or 8 years ago, but you can tell that because it's a very early entry in the diary, there were lots of errors, including with the date. So it may be like a couple years off in either direction.
Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, Muninn would like, I guess, frown in a way and just be like, I mean, wow, that was a long time ago, but she probably isn't here anymore then. Like, not like we didn't see her in the city, so I don't think we'll see her at all. Does it say anything else about her in the book?
Not as far as I'm aware of.
Well, Ashen, that's my bad for like not going into detail. Would Illona have been looking for that information?
I mean, she would have studied it pretty closely, I think. Like any.
Okay, then.
And if it was from Brightland, then she would probably be more interested as well.
Yeah, then. Then the diary would mention that after the contract was over, she would have left for a place she did not mention, like did not say out loud, even though Adela, the person who wrote the diary, was very, very insistent that she find out she never did. but that there were times, including in some recent years, where she showed up again. And, for reignited the flame, metaphorically speaking.
Okay.
Oh.
Illona would say that.
I think Muninn would be visibly upset and like angry upset.
Wait. Were you a thing?
Let's just leave it at that, alright? I don't want to talk about it.
Sorry for bringing it up.
I love the fact that Illona went into the raunchiest possible details.
Yeah.
I think it was
definitely.
A sister.
Yeah.
It is on my though.
Oh, we're so chaotic. Wow.
I didn't obviously the Brightland thing perked my ears up a little bit, but I didn't realize at all until Teeironor started poking me and being like, "Yeah, you know who that is."
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, because they did the thing again. Okay.
The notorious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool, though. So obviously not cool for Muninn. They're really angry, but
I'm kind of curious if Illona started with the name or with the raunchy stuff.
With the raunchy stuff, yes.
Okay.
There's no breaks here.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, Muninn would just not like they said, they would say oh, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, sort of thing. And I think they would grow a little bit quiet, as they as we all keep riding. As we're riding and talking about this, what, right or not?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably would keep a little bit quiet, but obviously, if you guys want to try and talk to them, that's it's up to you,
I think Illona would leave them alone. Not really regretting, but oof, I could probably handle that a little bit better, but whatever.
That's not your fault. Above board, I mean. Or Illona's fault. Above board, it's not her fault. I don't know if Muninn would agree with that or not, but
Then I think Rebob, slightly misinterpreting the situation, would say it's always difficult to see your sister get married to someone else.
It really is. Illona would be like, yeah.
Right.
Hate to see it.
And Anghel would nod totally yeah, totally.
Wait, do you know our language now? How did you pick up on that?
I was more so I'm more so assuming that at least part of it, because your sign language isn't super developed, so at least some words you had to have spoken out loud. That's what I was assuming.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough. Not to speak for the whole group, but I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that's so cool though. Holy shit. What a niche way to hear about her. If that makes sense, right?
Niche way indeed.
Yeah, lots of I'll not say anything more. I think just to complete the picture of the NPCs, always firstly looks as if he has been listening with extremely attentively, and if Anghel poses the question Anghel signed sister, whenever Anghel seems to be communicating, always firstly nods yeah, what he said. Good Eye's just looking off in the distance at apparently random stuff, but probably more meaningful stuff.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Fun little diversion. Okay.
Yeah, that's so cool.
For sure. It was entertaining.
Okay. As you carry on the road, you will see to your left that you'll be passing by another village. a much smaller one. But as you pass by that village, first things first, let me slightly change the background music. Second thing, actually, can I get carefuls from all of you to see if you notice something?
I got a 4.
Yeah,
Oh.
careful.
Yes,
Can I
carefuls,
have it?
please. Yes.
I got a 1.
Can I have a +2?
Let me check the wording on your stunt. Roll anyway, but let me check the wording on your stunt.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'll need it anyway.
Yeah, analyzing someone or their surroundings. Yeah, it is definitely your surroundings.
Okay, I got a 5+2.
I guess I'll say what Illona notices first, and then I'll tell Muninn what they notice, because for Muninn this will be very deja vu. Illona, as you're like passing by this village, I'm not sure why, but is it like warmer just out of the blue? And is the sun shining brighter? Dely, this is definitely a feeling of deja vu, because you've been almost at the epicenter of something like this before. I hope you know what I'm alluding to.
I think so. Muninn would probably like unsheath their like spear, maybe, and just be like, and just sort of hold it in their hand while they sort of look not up directly at the light, but like look upward, I guess.
Yeah. Leaving the village, you will see a small not carriage, cart, I guess. Basically, I guess it's a cart. It's a horse-drawn cart, led by 3 peasants, apparently transporting quite a bit of jars of honey, presumably to sell.
Honey, we have to. Am I imagining? Did we have something with honey?
No, I don't believe so. But
Okay.
I could be misremembering, but I don't believe so.
Okay. For some reason, it sounded familiar to me, but maybe I'm totally I don't know, losing my mind.
And one of the peasants will pick up a jar and sort of jump out of the cart and head in your direction with a big smile on their face.
What the hell? Okay.
Illona would be kind of like suspicious about like the whole heat thing, and like I'm not in the mood for honey right now. Fuck.
Is the cart like right in front of us? Like Anghel is the closest one, basically.
I wouldn't say it's in front of you. Like, you're passing by the road that leads to the village, and the cart is just coming out of the road. So you like go before it reaches the main road. Does that make sense? It's just that this villager is running ahead of the cart.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They appear with a smile on their face. They say, hello there, and they appear to be going directly to Muninn.
Okay.
Muninn would like rein their horse in and like stop and say like, hello, who are you?
Oh, I'm just a local. We've had a bountiful harvest. I thought I'd share with you fine folk. And he hands you the jar of honey.
Muninn wouldn't take it, and they would say like, for free? Nothing comes free. What's wrong with it?
Yes, for free.
You didn't answer my question. Why are you giving this for free?
They smile at you and sort of lowering their voice, they say, don't think I've forgotten your child.
I knew something was up.
And they thrust the jar once again towards you.
Oh my god. What, so they like... Oh, they haven't thrown it, they just thrusted it.
No, they're not throwing it, no.
Okay. I don't know who you are, but I don't want your honey. We'll be off.
I hope you're planning on making amends, dear child. I'm always open to it. please accept this as a token of my goodwill. They say this like attempting to be quiet, but probably failing.
Yeah. Muninn would like look at it for a second, and then they'd probably say like, "Was this yours too?" And they'd like look to the spear, like referring to the spear, like, "Was this yours?" Or like, "Do you know what this is?"
Are you playing dumb, child?
No, but you're not stating who you are.
I think you know. You hear in a more familiar voice. And then returning to the villager voice, the more like younger voice, they say, please accept this. Again, it's free.
What happens if I don't accept it?
Shrugs, with us still smiling.
Okay.
It is just honey.
I think Muninn would look to everyone else before maybe swapping hands. I feel like the hand that like was closest to the villager had the spear in, so they would swap the hands, swap the spear to the different hand, and then like maybe reach out like sort of hesitantly to the honey to like not grab it but like accept it.
It's a fairly heavy jar. Honey isn't light per se, but it weighs about as much as you'd expect a fairly large jar of honey to weigh.
Okay. And if I eat this, what will happen?
What are you implying, dear sir? Our honey is of the finest quality. I have to go back to my family now. It was nice meeting you all. And he like gives bows to everyone in the group, short bows, before running back to the cart.
Okay.
I think Muninn would like look at the honey and like bring it up to the light, and assuming it's a glass jar or something, they would bring it up to the light and try and inspect it.
Give me a careful, please.
With the +2 or no?
It is the honey is not an individual, so no.
But it is a. Oh no, you're right. I can only inspect individuals or an area, right? I can't.
Someone or
inspect...
their surroundings is what your stunt says. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'll get a 4 anyway.
Whichever measures you take to inspect this honey, it seems like normal honey. Like hypothetically, if you were going to taste it, it would taste like honey, for instance.
Okay. I think Muninn would like sort of question it a little bit and say like, and sort of like look to everyone else and say like, did you see that? Did you get offered anything? Like to Illona and Anghel.
Obviously, specifically you. Yeah.
Get what of it?
Were you offered anything?
Anghel shakes his head.
It's a bit of a weird question because of above board. I obviously know that.
Yeah.
But like Muninn doesn't necessarily know that. Okay. Muninn would shrug and just say like, I don't necessarily trust this, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna put this away. And then Muninn would like put the honey.
Deli, feel free to give me a clever, I guess, with your stunt applying, because there is something that you have uncovered before that I guess would be relevant information.
Okay. I got a 4 + 2.
4 + 2, that's 6. You do remember, this is something we've established like 30 sessions ago, something like that, so I don't blame you for not remembering. That what of the stuff Muninn has read about Acacius is that they do not lie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it is just a peace offering in some sense. But then why would Acacius do that? That's so strange. It's just at the very least, it's just a jar of honey. This is like...
You can presume that, yes.
Yeah. Muninn would put the jar of honey in the satchel that doesn't have the books in, like that is being carried by the horse.
Smart.
Yeah.
Sneaky books.
And then Muninn would like ponder like, why would Akesius do this? But I mean, obviously they just do that in their own time, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If you were to look at like the cart, again, the young villager jumps back on the cart. The like other two peasants who are driving the cart don't really seem to notice. As the cart goes by you guys, the villager waves with a very, very like open smile at you all, and they go on the road to the southeast, so on towards the right. And hypothetically, if you were to like take your eyes off and then look again at the cart, this young villager will not be there.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Where'd he go?
Disturbing. Oh.
I think Muninn would like look to everyone else to see if they noticed the whole situation, generally speaking, and they would sign like Akesius. I think Muninn would. Muninn would sign Akesius, I think, and then they would sort of correct themselves a bit and say, "No, I know.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure of it," sort of thing.
Well, that was not that bad. Illona would like sign. Maybe
Yeah.
wrong.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that let's hope that to be the case, because it did seem a little bit. Sorry, I'm signing. So let's hope it's good. Seems a bit odd.
Anghel signs yes. Be careful.
Will do. Right. Muninn would.
I was just thinking
Muninn
like...
probably.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Muninn was gonna say something like, "Let's get to this. Let's carry on before anything else weird happens." But what were you gonna say?
I was thinking what the NPCs, how they might react. I think Rebab would just be stoic. Always thirsty would, again, just nod along to whatever Anghel is saying, while Good Eye seems to be in his own world. But I was thinking, good thing Always Hungry isn't here, because that jar of honey will be gone.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, someone could have tasted it for us. It's like, maybe you would have finished the whole thing, though.
Do you know what? That is true. Should we get Rebob to like taste it? If I knew for sure that it wasn't if I wasn't for sure about the fact that it's not poison, at least, then I would probably say. Although, to be fair, Akesius didn't say that it wasn't poison, right? Not explicitly. He did say, "Oh, it's." Sorry.
Akesius said it's honey, so
but
you can believe that it is honey.
yeah,
Right.
but that doesn't say that it's not poisonous.
Right, could be poison, honey.
Your careful of 4 seemed to indicate that it was safe, but
Oh, okay.
that is the result of a careful of 4. Take that how you will.
Okay, I see. Either way, Muninn wouldn't try it straight away, I don't think.
I think Illona would be like, "You mind if I have some? I feel like I need a little bit of an energy boost."
Muninn would like ponder it for a little bit and just be like, it should be safe, but we also horse. We thought it would be safe to like trample that egg earlier, and we ended up killing a horse. So I don't want to like kill the horse, proverbially speaking, again.
Can I get a careful from, I guess, all of you to see if you notice something?
Okay.
I got a 3.
4.
I got a 0.
Illona, you notice when Muninn says, "Oh yeah, we killed the horse," or however they worded it, the like ugly-looking horse that's like is traveling with you guys seem to like it raises its head up as if in surprise, but then it like lowers its head down as if to pretend that it didn't hear.
Oh, it understands that. Wait, were we reciting or were we talking?
Oh, that ugly horse.
I think it was talking that time.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
think so.
Okay.
In that case, Illona, like, she kind of suspected that, like, in this world, nothing is just a regular ugly horse anymore. It's fine. And she would say, like, don't worry, it was, like, putting it out of its misery. I know you can understand us. And she would, like, give the horse a little, like, shrug and smile.
The horse is not looking at you. Probably, like, trying to look as if it's not looking at you.
Reminds me of Rebob, but I think it's doing a worse job, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It lets out a fart to let it all know. You all know that you should ignore it.
Okay.
Excuse you, Illona would say. Yep.
So, Illona asked for honey.
Oh yeah. I think the gist was Muninn said it looks safe enough to eat, but I don't want to risk your life, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if it truly is, I'm curious. I have to say, I kind of want to taste it. But maybe you're right. Maybe I should think about this before doing it.
Rebob says, "Oh, where did you get that?" Pointing at the jar of honey.
Oh, you didn't notice? Oh, okay.
Yeah, how do you not notice?
He only
I guess
showed himself to us, huh?
Also, by the way, if you were to pay attention to the peasants on the cart, they did not seem to react in any way to the younger peasant hopping off the cart and hopping back on.
Oh yeah, so maybe Reba couldn't see the peasant?
Yeah, maybe. That would be really interesting if he couldn't. Well, Muninn would say, "Oh, this it was in my satchel this whole time, as in like the horse's satchel."
You should be careful how you store a glass jar. Could break. If it keeps hitting against the horse while the horse is walking, could break.
Well, he kept this entire time.
My apologies.
No need to apologize. You are right to an extent, but I mean, I'm sure it would be fine.
Nods and continues like riding their horse.
I think Muninn would think about it and then maybe like take the honey out of the satchel and like try and hold on to it while they have with one hand while the other hand is on the reins of the horse. So they are holding on to it basically.
Sure. Anything else, or do you all continue on your way?
I think you continue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I will continue unless something happens.
Sure. You continue on your way, and you reach the fork in the road. When you do reach the fork in the road, Good Eye says, "Do you see that?" Pointing to the northwest.
Illona would squint and inspect.
Give me a careful, but I will say for anyone who rolls, it will be a very difficult check.
Got a 2. See nothing.
I got a 4. Could I have a +2 as well?
It's not really your surroundings, because it's not something that's around you, if it's, that difficult of a roll. Like, it's something more in the distance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't feel like
makes sense.
Anghel would even try.
Oh.
Just give up.
Sure. Then with like when he's met with like stares of confusion, he says, "Never mind. I make mistakes sometimes."
What did you think you saw?
What do you mean?
Thought I saw smoke, but could be mistaken.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, smoke again.
did you see the giant wolf before?
Let me think, because that is a very good question. Above board.
Mm.
Thank you.
He would say no, giant wolf. Above board, the reason it's a no is that where he was standing, there isn't a direct view of New Spring. It's like obstructed by some hills. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you
That's the
hear
only
me?
way.
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes. All right.
Bzz.
So last thing I heard was I deliberated and said that his answer is no because there were some hills in the way, so he could not have gotten a good view of said giant wolf.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that like that, but yes.
Okay.
I think always first he will say, "Oh, it was big and enormous." I think I didn't see it myself. I didn't see it myself, but the prince had a cunning plan and took it down. Oh, well done. Says like with he seems like genuinely impressed when he says that. But
Anghel kind of signs at him. Where's the smoke? Where do you see the smoke? Like just ignoring everything that happened there.
Are you weaving a spell?
Oh shit! Signs at. I'm stupid. He signs at Muninn, maybe.
Yeah. Angel's asking. The prince is asking, where can you see the smoke?
From I'll put so he said northwest, which means like this direction where I'm pinging on the map ish.
Okay. That's.
But
Damn it.
I could be mistaken, my prince.
I mean, if he says he's could be mistaken, and on the tree didn't say he could be mistaken, I don't know. I don't know what the priorities are.
Yeah. Odd.
I will say show and tell. I will not give you negative points if you decide not to investigate, because this is a hunch of a hunch, if that makes sense.
Damn it. Okay, Angel's like. Okay, Anghel maybe asks Muninn what's more important, like for Muninn to ask him, I guess. What's more important, the tree or the smoke?
Muninn would.
But by the way, did you hear that I said that I would not give you negative points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just wonder about.
I was just worried that you maybe misheard me because your first reaction was "damn it."
No, yeah, just like in general.
Muninn would.
Yeah.
Muninn would ask what Anghel asked, which was, "Oh yeah, what's more important?"
Well, he like turns to look back in the direction he thinks he saw the smoke, squints, says, "I really can't tell if it even is smoke. Could be a campfire, or it could be a big fire, like far in the distance."
I think we should focus on the task at hand. Illona would like chime in.
Okay. Yeah, Anghel nods. He agrees. I guess we're going for the tree right now.
Agreed.
Illona would like try to give like an understanding smile to Anghel. Be like, this is a lot of responsibility you have. Like she doesn't say it, but it's like you're doing good.
Oh, it's just so nice. But I don't know. I think is Compel still in effect, basically? And he's afraid of her?
Well, normally I just make like an arbitrary judgment and say, yeah, it's still in effect because I think it's funny. But I don't want to be like that kind of DM, so Show and Tell and Ashen, what do you all think? Should the compel still be in effect?
I think it's up to Anghel. I think Illona hasn't done so much scary things in the last few
That's
sessions.
true. That is true.
To be fair, turning into a cat is definitely something.
But that was pretty
It's something,
cool.
but you know, you actually like the cat, so
Yeah, it's a bonding experience.
yeah, it comforted him.
Like, I fell asleep on your lap, man. It's
Yeah, nothing like that.
At Angel's feet, to be fair, not on his lap, to be fair.
okay.
But still. Then Show and Tell, what do you think? I think it's funnier if the compel is still in effect, but if you think that Anghel has like developed character-wise that he would not be afraid of Illona, then I am perfectly willing to accept that.
Like, I feel like maybe we could go like the middle road here. Like right now, because Illona hasn't done anything too traumatizing. Like
Way to put it.
maybe the fear is kind of dying down, but if something happens again, I think it would be very easy for it to come back. You know?
Maybe we can make another skill, not just for good or bad behavior, but fear of Illona.
Oh my god, totally. Yeah. So anyway, for now, I mean, I'm not saying that he's super comfortable with her, but like if yeah. I mean,
Sure. I leave it up to you, Show and Tell, and your better judgment. I won't force the issue one way or another, even though I have the right to, because it's my compel. But I think I think it's more interesting if you decide, and it's part of like the natural journey of how your characters would interact. Okay.
okay.
All right. So you've reached. Going back again a bit, you have reached the fork in the road. That's the place where Goodeye spotted possible smoke. Illona, I'm assuming you're heading south towards the monastery at this point, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm guessing everyone else will follow?
Yeah, I think Anghel was in the lead, but I don't know. Sure.
Illona would let Anghel be in the lead.
Oh no, it's not that he wanted to. I was just that's what I thought was happening, but
I also thought that so.
Mhm.
okay.
If for a brief second Illona was passing, you should quickly go back again.
Okay.
Sure. You would start climbing a hill at this point. The monastery above board is nestled in between several hills, so you have to like climb over a hill and then climb down a hill to reach it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
As you do, Ashen, can I get a forceful from you?
Oh no! Yes, you
Forceful.
can, but why? I got a 0, a mighty 0.
A 0 is sufficient for what I had in mind.
Oh, what?
Wow.
But I will say this will probably get more difficult over time. But for now, it's sufficient.
What are we
What?
talking about?
What happened here?
Moving on, you continue on the road. You guys let me know if you interact in any way, or if we go to the next point of interest, which would be the next village of Shepherdess.
Yeah, let's go there, I think.
Yeah. Why not?
Force
Yeah.
go.
Okay. You see as you reach a clearing on top of the hill that this hilltop is a land set aside for grazing mostly. You see lots of sheep around, and you see a couple of whatchamacallit, shepherds. The shepherdess, shepherd, yeah. My bad. You guys let me know if you interact with them in any way. They will not interact with you. But as you go on to the village, you see that a crowd has gathered near the center of the village. It's a very small village, like a couple houses, so the crowd is only 10 people at most. But The crowd is gathered around one individual that I will put on screen in a bit. The individual very clearly looks like a monk. The crowd seems agitated. The monk seems just tired, I should say, as he says, "Please, good people, come on. There's no such thing." And you hear one of the younger villagers, but I saw it, Sir Monk. I saw it. Please, I swear. And another villager, an older one, "I saw it too. Stole a sheep. It did. Killed one of the hounds. I'm sure it was just a wild wolf or a bull or whatever. Come on, people. There's no such thing." Do you pay attention to this, or?
Yeah. I mean, Muninn would anyway. I don't know about you guys. Muninn would look to Anghel and be like, "Are you hearing this?"
I think that would perk Illona's interest up a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Muninn would try and like listen in maybe to see like if they mention what exactly they're talking about, what they saw. But if they don't mention it, the villagers.
I think they'll say, I'm telling you, Sir Monk, it was this big," and like the villager lifts up a hand as far as they can go, like in height wise, and this wide, and they like raise up their hands again as wide as they would go, and another villager will say, it'll smell the horse shit too," and the villagers all nod like, "Yeah, it did. Like, this isn't a joke. It did smell of horseshit." Then it was probably a lost horse, children. Come on.
Okay, it's a horse?
Muninn would canter over, I think.
Hello, travelers, says the monk. And the monk says, "Well, come on, go back about your business. You don't want to disturb travelers. Come on.
No, actually, I came over here because I wanted to hear what the villagers had to say. What are you all talking about?"
"Oh, you really don't need to know," says the monk, but he's very quickly interrupted. There's a monster in the woods, kind sir. Yes, it's this big and this wide," again making the gestures.
Yeah.
It stole one of my sheeps. It did, says one, and another says, "It shot one of mine with an arrow. It did, and then it stole it."
Okay, a monster.
Well, I've seen many monsters on my travels, but how do you know this was a monster? How could it have been a friend of yours playing tricks on you?
That's what I keep saying, children. Come on, listen to this kind person, says the monk.
Or alternatively, I mean, a group of bandits wouldn't be what's the word? Sorry, I'm bored. A group of bandits would probably do well with a couple of stolen sheep. How do you know it was a monster?
They sort of hesitate, and the monk says, "See, listen to this kind stranger." And then one of the villagers say, "Now, how do you explain the smell of shite?"
It's not uncommon for people to smell like shit, I guess.
Yeah, but horse shit?
Could be could be a bandit traveling along there with their horse. It could be many things. But tell me, why do you specifically think it's a monster? Like, did you see it with your eyes?
I saw it in the distance, sir. It took one of my sheep. And another one says, I didn't see it, but one of my sheep got hit by an arrow. I ran to get help, and when I came back, it was gone, and it was just the smell of shite.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not mature enough for this. Go on.
Wow. This is odd. This is an odd one. Tell me, can you tell us where this monster may have headed, or where it could be right now?
I saw it heading that way. Someone points to the north, and then says, and then someone else. My sheep got stolen over that way. And they point to the south, and another one says, I think I saw a shadow over that way, pointing to the west. And someone says, no, the smell is clearly coming from that way, pointing to the east. So, no help there.
Oh, they didn't hear I talk about genitalia or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teeironor, you missed out.
Well, please feel free to enlighten me. I am very curious.
We were talking about. I asked everyone if they've been interested in Baldur's Gate. If you if you wanted to, you could probably hear back on the recording. By the way, I didn't press pause.
You're recording.
My recording, yeah. But I was asking everyone, did you play Baldur's Gate? And I was also saying like, yeah, the customization's similar to Cyberpunk because you can choose your own penis and shit, and like your own, like you can choose your own, you can customize your like genitalia and shit.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I think you can also do that in Saints Row, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, there's more games to do that.
Well, Saints Row is a deliberately very, very silly game.
Yeah, definitely. You can change the size of it, but I don't think you can change its appearance. Whereas I'm pretty sure in Baldur's Gate you can completely like customize its appearance and everything.
Nice.
Which means you get to see it as well, you know. So
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'll ask more questions when we're off the record, I guess. But
and there's no we can't be incriminated by like recorded evidence.
Not what I meant, but rather that we only have so much time for the session, and I'd like to get back to it if at all possible.
Yeah,
Sure.
No worries.
Yeah.
So, what's the last thing you all heard? Last thing on my end was Muninn asking like where it could have come from, and the villagers giving, oh, I saw something to the north. No, I saw something to the south. No, it's these, north or west. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
I think just as you left, I said like as they were talking about that, Illona would like probably shake her head to Anghel and be like, we should really get going now. This is too much. Let's get to that monastery.
Muninn would nod and say like, yeah, this is really odd, but I mean we have other things to worry about.
Anghel says like if we come across it, maybe you know, maybe then we'll be able to do something. But
yeah, I mean that's a good point. Muninn would turn to all the villagers and say like, that does sound tricky.
It's probably nothing, dear children, says the monk. Also says, I'm really, really sorry for bothering you like this, kind sir.
No worries at all. Listen, if we see this undescript creature of yours, we'll be sure to take care of it for you. But in the meantime, best of luck.
Yeah, they look very worried. The monk says, "Come now. I'm sure it was nothing. Bandits at most. I'll ask the monastery to buy some more hired hands to help protect you. Come on, go back to work, everyone. You don't need to worry about it. I'm assuming you guys are leaving by this point."
Yeah.
I think so.
Illona be like, he was oddly like when they're out of earshot, he was oddly like dismissive about that. That monk dude didn't strike a good accordance with me, man.
I guess you're not wrong, but I guess if anything, he probably just didn't want the village to or the villagers to worry about.
To panic, yeah.
Yeah, to panic.
Above board, you can always. This isn't just regarding this monk person, but in general, you can always roll a careful opposed by that NPC sneaky to like further find out more stuff about their demeanor or what their intentions are, etc.
Right. We never use that in like, our field.
Yeah, we don't really. I always forget that it's an option.
Do you
Right? Yeah.
do you want to do that or?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, if it's not too late.
It is not. It is not. Just give me a second. Oh, he has a very bad sneaky.
Yeah.
Give me a second to roll.
Okay.
But also feel free to roll as well.
Okay, I got a 5.
Okay.
If my stunt applies, then it's 7. But if not,
Deli, the monk got a 1.
still, I want to peer into his soul.
Analyzing someone, yeah, I guess it does. Well, I guess I'll just spill the beans. Whatever monster it may be, if the villagers are correct, would probably be one of the mythological monsters that you will have encountered.
Yeah.
The monk isn't probably necessarily trying to conceal it or like have any like sus intentions. Rather, his attitude is, well, the villagers are just babbling nonsense, or maybe they are like under the malign influence of like some bad demon or whatever. I need to like guide them on the right path. That's the monk's intention. So the monk isn't trying to hide anything. The monk is just insisting that no, there's nothing out there. No need to worry. No need to worry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that confirms what we suspected in that case.
Yeah, mostly.
Evil demon monk, yes.
Yeah.
Be stopped.
It does, because I think I conveyed the opposite, but okay.
I think that was sarcastic.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think maybe Muninn would like convey to everyone like he doesn't seem to be hiding anything. I just think he's trying to not like keep everyone calm.
Yeah.
At the very least. Like if anyone was interested, that was what Muninn would say. Just so everyone's on the same page.
Illona would like nod, but like still squint her eyes like a bit like
She's still suspicious.
yeah.
Understandable.
Rebob would like frown a little and say, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to go with you to the monastery, like inside it.
Why not?
I do not follow your faith.
But I mean, it's just a building.
I suppose if it's against your faith to not follow us, then we won't.
Yeah.
We won't encourage you to follow us.
My faith would demand that I wait outside, but my orders from the mistress demand that I accompany you.
Well,
Exactly.
We wouldn't.
Conflicting indeed.
Yeah, conflicting indeed. Muninn would say we wouldn't tell the mistress if you didn't want to join us.
Mm-hmm.
Your secret is safe with us.
He'll think about it. He does not say anything.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to him basically. Like.
Yeah, basically. Muninn would like shrug and say like take it up as an open offer, I suppose. Like we respect your we all respect your faith.
You are aware, by the way, that you are entering one of the richest and most important monasteries in this country.
No.
I should follow you in case you have dealings with important people that the mistress would like to know about.
Well, if that happens, rest assured we'd divulge any information that you'd need to know.
Of course you will, as you have always done before.
Illona would actually laugh at that.
Don't you trust us?
I think Show&Tell. I think always first he will say that, but unironically, what? Don't you trust us? But I think Rebob will ignore that comment.
Understandable.
He doesn't trust us. He whispers to I almost said Prince Charming Anghel.
Anghel, kind of shrugs at him like, what can you do?
All right. Shall I switch to the previous, in this case, map over, which would be the monastery?
Mm-hmm.
Back, baby.
Well, that's how geography works.
Really?
Okay. So, now you are back on this map, approaching the monastery from the north. I'll again use Illona's token for our reference. Sorry. And as you start going down the hill to walk towards the monastery, again it's nestled in between the nearby hills, you do get the inkling that Rebob's words probably are true. This is a pretty, you see that the land in between these hills is filled with fields, like farm fields with people hard at work. And you can imagine the wealth that goes into this place. And the monastery itself is a pretty large and imposing building, relatively speaking. And perhaps oddly, most monasteries have fortifications, like walls, in case, bad stuff happens. This one does not.
Oh.
Probably a sign of their confidence that whoever would dare to attack us, well, they're gonna be in real trouble.
Does that mean they have
Probably not that they have a contingent of soldiers, but rather the prince won't abide by it, the empire won't abide by it, that kind of stuff.
They have protection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we approached it, we wouldn't I don't know. I was gonna say, if we approach it, we wouldn't be, as long as we didn't look threatening, we wouldn't be stopped.
Oh no, there's no guards or anything like that necessarily. You, as you approach, you will see again people hard at work in the fields. And I guess my question is, are you heading for the monastery itself, where you presume monks and all those important people are, or are you heading into the village surrounding the monastery?
We are trying to, I think, check on the monks, right? Check on the tree. That's the priority, I think.
I think so.
So I guess we're heading toward the monastery itself.
Sure thing. And as you continue going, you will see nobody will bother you. It's probably a very usual thing for this monastery to have exotic looking guests. But as you approach, you will see a monk getting ready to board a carriage. A very important looking monk, and that's why I am emphasizing that point. Well, not many people travel in carriages, I guess, that I will put on screen. And he is joined by, what is likely that monk's slave that I will put on screen in a second. A younger lady with her head bowed down. There are several people in attendance, just loading the carriage with supplies. The monk seems to be talking with some other important looking monks. You guys let me know if you approach this individual or what do you do.
The monk himself.
Well, I guess you have to approach him because he's like on the road, but like, what do you do, if anything, to interact with this person?
It doesn't seem in a hurry, right? You said that people were approaching stuff?
He's not in a hurry, that is correct. He seems to be still like packing supplies, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I guess we could,
Where did I put that token? I'm sorry, I seem to have misplaced someone.
I'm trying to think if Anghel should like find a. I mean, he definitely needs to find a way to communicate with his lackeys. Or something. His posse.
With who?
With his,
I like the word posse that you used. I think it's very fitting.
like always thirsty and everyone.
Yeah. Not everyone, just always thirsty and
yeah.
and good eye. Because it's kind of funny that he can't interact with them directly.
Yeah.
This other monk that I've put on screen, he's not getting into the carriage. The like important monk person seems to be talking with this one, so that's why I put them slightly separately. Okay.
Oh, okay. So anyway, we need to. I mean, what Anghel wants to do is to ask about the tree. Like to ask if they know about the tree at all. Like to see where we're standing here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would Anghel ask Muninn to ask?
Yeah, I guess. God,
maybe?
it's Illona.
Okay. Okay. Well, Muninn would probably approach the group and just sort of like hail friends.
Yeah, they would turn to you, and the head monk would say, we weren't expecting visitors. Well, I guess it's a slight spoiler when I say head monk. The monk that's getting ready to get into a carriage.
You did say he was special and stuff, so I think we got that.
Again, not many people travel with carriages. He clearly has a lot of insignia. Yeah. And says again. We weren't expecting visitors. Welcome. I am the starets of this monastery. My name is Demetrios. How may I help you?
Pleasure to meet you. I am Muninn. This is my friend Anghel and Illona.
And looking at your other companions.
My apologies. How rude of me. This is always thirsty.
Noses eyes.
Yeah. Good eye, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank above board.
Rebob,
yeah, thank you. And Rebob.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
Apologies if I'm interrupting anything, but my friends and I were wondering if you had any knowledge of the tree. Apparently, it's not in good shape.
What did we call it, by the way? The tree of who?
The Tree of Prince Bogdan the Great. Is
Right.
the formal title.
Would Muninn know that title? If so, then Muninn would say it.
Good, I said it.
Good, I said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, I thought okay. Muninn would say that in that case.
great.
The monk sighs and says, "Look, I apologize, kind sir, but I'm currently not capable to accommodate pilgrims. Perhaps you can speak with my second instead."
Like, he doesn't seem to know there's a problem, so maybe we should speak to someone that can come with us if they want or something.
Yeah.
He's indicating the other monk that's here, who like narrows his eyes. He has like a less pleasant disposition. This like second monk.
Yeah, I get the feeling from the Token, we call them?
Yeah, that would be the correct nomenclature, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Apologies. I know. I don't mean to be insistent, but
No,
I
I am the one who should apologize. You see, I'm invited at a wedding in St. Paris, and I should really get going. And that is why I'm currently leaving matters in the hands of my capable second.
Okay. Muninn would probably look at Anghel and Illona and think like, or maybe say to them like, I mean, if he does seem to be in a rush, but
Angela kind of motions toward the other priest, I guess.
as if to
Yeah.
say like, let's talk to him, or
Yeah.
okay.
Like, I don't think it matters to us if it's the headlocker. We're just trying to investigate right now. Who knows, if anything.
Okay.
I think while you guys are arguing, the slave girl will like say, but Holy Father, should we not provide aid to those in need? He sighs and he says to you, would you like the aid of my apprentice? He like hesitates before using that word.
Wait, the woman with him is what he calls it? Is what he called her an apprentice?
Hesitatingly, but yes.
But you said she was a slave?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, interesting.
Muninn would probably shrug. Not to speak for Muninn would say not to speak for the whole group, but I suppose that should be fine. Would your apprentice and your second both be accompanying us? Accompanying us, rather.
They both have their duties to fulfill, child. Please, if it is matters that concern the monastery's estate or its history, I would advise you to speak to my second. If it's matters of perhaps you need a guide, my apprentice, again he hesitates, would be suitable for that task as well.
I see.
I think Anghel still motions at the other. Like, I think we want someone, like, more than a guide. Like, someone knowledgeable would be better.
Yeah, definitely. Muninn would nod at Anghel and just acknowledging that, and they would say, maybe your second would prove. No offense to your apprentice, but maybe your second would prove more. Muninn would try and.
I don't blame you.
No. So
above board, he's being slightly racist when he says, "I don't blame you."
Yeah. What race is she? Can we tell?
She is. She looks and probably is a Doma, which are usually not always, but usually kept as slaves.
Yeah, I think I remember. It was a long time ago when I read about.
Hello. What did I miss?
What did we say? I don't remember. That I think I remember that. Yeah, that I read on the.
Yeah.
On the race. Yeah. Okay.
The head monk says, well, you all clearly are distinguished individuals. I look forward to the stories of who you may be when I return from the wedding. My apologies.
Well, safe travels, friend. I hope you enjoy the wedding. And
I mean, it's funny that we're planning at least to be at the same wedding.
Yeah.
And he's like leaving, and we're not.
I was gonna say, Muninn would say like, and if we, as you know, maybe they wouldn't say it. I was gonna get Muninn to say like, oh, if we see you there, like, you know, but I don't know if Muninn would say that necessarily.
He nods along and says, blessings of the free to you. If you'll excuse me, and he somewhat forcefully drags his quote-unquote apprentice to continue packing while he sits and does nothing.
What a
Okay.
kind of an asshole. Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's a more kindly looking one. He's kind of an asshole. So what hope do we have for the other one?
While I do not disagree, it's also not something unusual to mistreat slaves.
Yeah. I guess.
Not doesn't mean it's a good thing by any means. It's just that it does happen.
Yeah, it's what it is.
It is what it is.
The second who has been like staring at you guys, kind of almost offended that he's being talked about without being part of the conversation, suddenly forces a smile as you guys approach.
Okay, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Welcome to the Deer's Monastery. Are you pilgrims? Are you guests? Diplomats? Not diplomats, emissaries, I think would be the better term. Anyway.
I suppose we're pilgrims in a way. Right? Or not?
Yeah. Should we just come out and say it? I wonder. Like, just say, "Oh, we want to check on the tree."
Yeah.
We're the, the government officials. We check on old trees.
We're the forest people, man.
Forest.
Yeah.
I will say, Muninn, may I offer you a compel?
Yes.
Your seeker of knowledge aspect. As Ribob mentioned, this is one of the biggest and richest monasteries in this country, which implicitly means big storage of books. Valuable books.
Here we go.
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's funny you mention this, because I did think about that as well.
And also you just kind of, one of your books was recently mishandled.
Yeah, mishandled's a nice way of putting it, yeah. So, is the compelled to try and get inside the monastery?
The compel is either by official means, like asking this monk person, "Oh yeah, I want to visit your books," or by unofficial means, aka sneaking in. Muninn's priority right now isn't or the wedding or Ophelia or anything else. You only see letters and quills in your mind's eye. You want some souvenirs.
Okay, cool. I will take that compel.
Okay. I'll pass along a fate point.
Yeah, baby. Okay.
I don't think I need to restate it, but I'll do it just in case. That books are very, very valuable. So, I'm just saying, this compel will likely involve stealing, not legitimate purchase. Although if you can do it legitimately, so much the better.
Okay. Well, Muninn would say to the second. I don't know what's his official title. Sorry.
You've not heard it. The Starets has only said this is my second.
Okay.
If you ask, I'm sure he'll have an answer.
Okay, that's fine. Well, Muninn would say to the second, pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for your time. My friends and I were curious if we could speak to you inside the monastery.
Anghel kind of shoots him a look like, yeah.
Oh, well, he seems a little bit taken aback. Certainly, I can provide some direction. May I ask whom you might be, kind people? I've heard your names, but I've not heard who you are.
I see. Yes, well, my friends and I, we are from many different places, of many different professions. Anghel here, for example, he is Muninn would consider to say that Anghel is a prince. Do you think that's a good idea or not?
I don't think
No.
so.
Okay, maybe not.
If you ask Anghel, he would tell you no, but I don't think you.
Mm,
Well, I don't know. I guess you could find him.
I think Muninn would probably think the better of it anyway, because I was.
I'm really tempted to have an NPC proclaim who Anghel is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Muninn would after they pondered for a minute, they would say "Oh, Anghel, he is a friend of ours, and he's very accomplished in his deeds. I mean, look at him; he's a mountain of muscle. And Illona here.
I would just say the monk does not look impressed by Anghel.
Anghel shifts uncomfortably, he's not impressed either. He's not trying to be impressive.
Oh. Muninn thinks Anghel's a mountain of muscle. And they would say, and Illona, she's quick with the blade, and sharp with the mind. We all met. And of course, always thirsty, good eye. Their names say it all.
That's what they do.
Confusion. That's what the name scream.
You see, no rolls required because the monk isn't bothering to hide what he's feeling. The more you talk, Muninn, the less interested he seems.
No.
And the more what's the word? Exasperated, I guess. He seems that I have to play chaperone for these people.
I think that's probably Muninn probably thinks that's a good thing in some way, because that means oh yeah, he's not going to pay attention to us. I can steal some things, but obviously that would be in Munin's mind.
Anghel tries to catch his eye and kind of sign to him about the tree or something, but I don't know. It's up to Muninn if they notice or not.
Yeah.
I think also Illona would notice that oh yeah, Muninn books history, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think I would actually pull them aside from the conversation and hand you all the coins I have, including the ancient coins as well. And be just do it. Here, treat yourself if you want to have a book or something. Do you want to split up? Me and Anghel and the rest of us could go to the tree if you want to go to the ministry and look at the books.
I don't know what you mean.
No?
The monk, while you guys are talking and obviously not really looking at him, he started chatting with some of the other nearby monks, trying to remove himself from the conversation.
Okay. Noticing that in that case, Muninn would say okay, no, I do know what you mean. Thank you, Illona. I will try and be as discreet as I can. And I will be back soon, but do what you can to. If you keep this guy occupied, I'll do what I'll be quick as I can. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. You should probably lead the conversation from now.
Okay. Illona would kind of. Was the monk talking to someone else?
Another monk.
Then Illona would enter into their conversation, I guess, and looking for an opportunity to
He turns to you, the head one, and forces a smile, and says, "Perhaps it would be, perhaps I can arrange for one of my apprentices to find you accommodations in the village. You can come pray in the main hall during prayer time, and I'll be looking forward to showing you on your way when you leave."
Actually, we have a business regarding the The tree of who was it again? Above board?
Bogdan.
Prince Bogdan the Great.
Prince Bogdan the Great. Someone's getting tired.
Mhm.
The Great. We've seen that it doesn't look so good, and it's of great importance to the people we work for as well.
The people you work for?
I don't know if you know about actually,
What are we going for here?
is that a good idea to talk about that we work for a lawyer or other?
Boy.
Is it a good idea to talk?
Maybe we should just say that we want to see the tree or something. Can he lead us to the tree? I guess Anghel conveys that to Illona,
Yeah, we need to make sure that the tree is well taken care of. Can you lead us to it? Because it's your responsibility, right?
His smile is gone, and forced smile that is gone entirely, and he has this look. You've definitely seen it before, Illona. It's the look of that someone quote unquote important has when they're being addressed to by someone they believe is beneath them. And he says, yes, I'm sure quite all that can be solved. I'm sure you'll be able to find help in the village. Be on your way then.
Okay, I guess we're going to the tree on our own.
You can tell that he wasn't really listening to what you were saying anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so much for that.
Should I name drop some royalty? Could we just say that we work for the prince?
I mean, he'll try to call your bluff, so careful.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best. We already made a very bad impression. I don't know if we want to risk that even further.
I guess we could say that we work for Ophelia, but then does she own this part of the land? Probably not.
No, she doesn't.
What could we say then?
Arguably.
I mean, it's fine. We can go on our.
What do you all do?
Okay.
Anghel sends the one okay, let's go on our own. Let's go.
Yeah. There's nothing that we can say to him. Could we? I don't know, to be honest.
I mean, above board, never say never, but
Yeah. Oh. No, probably not. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. No.
What's happening?
Do you guys remember that stunts exist? Hang on.
Yeah, I was looking at mine as well. I'm like, what could I use? I can't kill him. That would be profitable.
that would be quite funny.
I mean, I could kill him, but
Yeah, you could.
he is annoying, to be fair.
I do have a stunt that I can try.
oh my god, I'm so compelled. I'm so tempted to compel Illona.
Yeah.
To kill him. Kill him, do it. Could I use a stunt to try and lie to this guy? Can I try to use the stunt? Rather, is what I mean. So I can lie to him.
I mean, try is not the right word. You can do it.
Okay. I would like to lie to this guy.
Okay.
So Muninn with their silver tongue, they would say to him listen, sorry, do we know this guy's name, sorry, or not?
No.
You have not heard
Never
it, no.
asked.
Okay.
I don't care about him.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so Muninn, before I use my stunt, Muninn would ask her like, sorry, what is your name, so that we are more well acquainted. Or how may I address you?
He keeps like trying to get back into his conversation with the other monks, and you guys keep butting in. So he'll turn to you, and with a very like, can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
With a very exasperated look, he will say, "I am Marin, a Proto-Singel." Proto-Singel is the rank, not the name.
Let me write that down.
Okay.
Marin Porosinga. Well, Marin.
I'll type it
and
in
this
our
is-
chat.
Okay, thank you. This is Muninn lying, like with the stump. Marin the Okay, cool. Well, Marin, if you give us your time and attention, we have an urgent matter that, if you were to help us with, could definitely put you up in the ranks of your monastery, and you would be of a very high praise.
The stunt works, obviously, but
Yeah.
maybe you chose your words wrongly, Deli. Because if he's the second, how much higher does he need to go?
Good point. Maybe
But
Maybe-
so he, I guess, is that what we're going for?
I guess.
Go ahead.
I did sort of worry about that as I was saying it. Maybe like, maybe Muninn would not say that, and they would just emphasize like, "Oh, if you come and help us, you would be praised, and like you would maybe." Or would that still not be enough? Do you think?
Maybe you can just talk about. I mean, but that's not a lie, so I don't know. Like, just say to him like you will save the forest or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
like something.
I mean,
Maybe he doesn't care about that. I don't know.
well, no,
Yeah.
that's not what I was thinking. I was more so like thinking about whether it's a lie or not.
I mean, we don't think it's a lie, do we? Or at least that's our attempt. Whether we will succeed is a different matter.
Maybe. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How and what do you lie to him about?
Obviously the lie is to hope to get him to come and help us, but what would be something that isn't true and would make him think, "Ooh, very nice"? Like, obviously I'm not asking you, can you tell me what it is? I'm just like wondering. And I do appreciate.
You can
Huh?
also try to roll. Welcome back, Ashen. You can also try to roll a careful to try to investigate the fellow, but obviously I'll oppose with sneaky.
Yes. Would I get a +2 with that?
Analyzing someone, yes.
Big. Oh no, I got a 1 + 2.
Let's see what I get.
You got a 2.
Give me a second, because I think
Okay.
I'm afraid OBS might have crashed.
Oh shit.
Oh no. If it
I
has,
don't-
then
No, it has not. Okay.
okay.
So, bizarrely, you succeed. Much. You can basically what I'll tell you is from the snippets of conversations that he was having with the other monks. He is very, very much like the administrator of this monastery. Like, he's more so in charge of the numbers and like expenses and stuff like that. And basically he was like giving directions. Well, tell the peasants to farm in that place and collect the harvest on this day, and very, very specific directions as to like securing the wealth of the monastery, so to say. So he's obviously interested in advancing his own status, but as I mentioned, he's the second, quote unquote, in command of this monastery. You can't advance past the starets without like him dying or whatever. So the most he can hope for is to enrich the monastery and perhaps himself.
Okay. I guess that's kind of what I was trying to get at on my second attempt. But I obviously that's good. That definitely would convince him, if that makes sense.
Basically,
or
go for the money. That's what I'm saying.
Go for the money. Okay. I appreciate that you didn't set in stone what I originally said, by the way.
I was very tempted to, but
Yeah. That's very generous that you didn't. Okay, Muninn would say to...
probably should
So,
have.
yeah.
Carry on.
Before... Muninn would say to... as in, the lie would be this time, like... Muninn would try and articulate what we've tried to say above board. So Muninn would say like, "Oh, if you help us and you come with us, like, and we're successful, you can, you would be given very high praise and a lot of rewards that would benefit you and the monastery."
Such as?
And,
but he does say that with interest because it is your stunt.
Okay. Well, you would be your reputation would increase. I don't know what the word is, not increase, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
You would be highly praised, and your reputation would be lifted. Your first would be would recognize this feat of this achievement. And I mean, if the nearby village, like, or like you may even be given like gold as a reward, maybe, or if there are any artifacts of interest for you or the monastery that we've happened upon, perhaps some of it could be directed to you.
Perhaps, and above board, because it is your stunt, you were successful. But I think we should go into like how he may assist you in our next session. Is that all right with you all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Thoughts on today's session, minus the technical errors?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
I feel like we came across a lot of things that we didn't actually do anything about. We just heard like, oh, there's something there, maybe. There's something there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like you're right with that one. I don't think that's anyone's fault, though. I think it's just
no, it's not fault. It's just like,
yeah.
I just wonder if it's going to, like, if you just, missed an opportunity to do anything, or if it's going to come up again.
Yeah, I'd like
something.
I'd like to see what happens if it all does come up again. Because the bellowing smoke, like coming up up to the sky and everything, like that's like we've seen instances of that, like
Yeah.
a lot, like recently,
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe it's like it's the same thing that happened with the corpses or something. Maybe
maybe it's got to be connected somehow, and like the beasts that like supposedly stole sheep and everything.
Yeah, I don't know about that. What do you think that is?
I don't know, but it's all got to be somehow connected, right?
I'm sure. Yeah. The question is if we will find out about it or not, or if we will find out. Oh, yeah, you didn't help, and now they're all dead. So.
Yeah, it's like whoopsie daisy.
Low-key, I am kind of hoping that, like, say, eventually, hypothetically, you reach St. Paris and whatever happens at the wedding happens, and perhaps the story dictates, we have to go back, like, on this road that we came for a different reason, or whatever. And I'd love to have a session of, okay, so because of your action here, this happened, because of your inaction here, this happened, etc., etc.
I mean, are we supposed to act on every single thing? I do wonder.
You're not supposed to do anything.
Yeah, that's true. I just mean, like, in terms of, like say, in terms of the good Anghel. Like, I wonder.
Then, in the terms of the good Anghel, I guess, yes, you will be pestered in your mind to do the right thing always.
But we weren't pestered. That was the That's the thing.
True.
I was like thinking that if, Anghel was feeling some sort of thing, then I would try to look into it more closely. But since that wasn't it, and,
I mean,
I don't know.
I do try
That's good
to limit it a little bit so that
Yeah.
you don't. Anghel doesn't feel the need to respond to every single crisis happening in the world, I guess. more so if it's clear. I try to present the intrusive thought if there is clear signs of danger or of something going wrong.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So that's what Anghel is currently trying to, I guess, stick to. He's trying to listen to the voices and see if anything is too dire or whatever.
Fun.
I kind of have to go. The dog is standing by the door, looking at me so badly.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it okay if I
do you want to do your shout out or shall we do yours, Ashen?
You feel free to do mine. That's awesome.
Okay. We'll do so. Take care, Ashen.
You too.
Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye, Ashen.
Bye.
Good night.
What I was going to say is, I found it funny that when you guys reached the monastery, I had in mind, okay, there's a chance that you can convince the Starets to help you, or failing that, get his apprentice, quote-unquote apprentice, to help you, or maybe you can get his second in command to help, and each option has specific strengths and weaknesses, and you almost failed at all of them.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's true though. It definitely happened.
Yeah, I mean, you are succeeding with the second, and I am willing to say that, and this is something that Muninn uncovered, this guy again is the administrator person, the numbers person, so most of the assistance you will receive from him will be on that end. If you wanted a guide in the wilderness, you would have been better off with the apprentice, for instance. If you would have liked, if you would have liked if you would have liked a history lesson or a pious display, I suppose the Starets would have been the best chance.
Okay.
Yeah, overall, I don't know what we need. I just need to check on the, as far as Anghel is concerned, he just needs to see this tree and see if there's anything he can do about it. Or at least, make someone aware that something was wrong, if there was something wrong, Because it seems like they don't know that. So for now, it doesn't really, he's not really picky or choosy or anything.
Understandable.
Yeah.
As to the, I'm curious. Let's take the things that happened in this session in order, because I'm curious of your opinions. First off, I kind of wish Ashen were here, but I guess Dely, your opinion is relevant. The reveal about the diary entry, the journal.
Yeah, that was so cool. I think I expressed it quite well. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And I think what I said earlier is still true. When Illona was talking about it and revealing everything, and saying oh yeah, this person was from Brightland, blah, blah, blah. I literally was oh, Brightland, that sounds interesting, that's where I'm from. And literally it just wasn't until you mentioned it that I was hang on a minute, I know who that is, I didn't even know until you said it.
Yeah, it was funny.
I was going to inquire about it at some point, but then I was but then you mentioned it. I was wait a fucking minute. Is this show about us? No, it was cool. It was really cool. I'm tempted to. I was wondering if you would do a compel at some point about it, or maybe not to put things into your head. But I was tempted that maybe Muninn would go back and try and find I can't remember her name, but Gregory Ducas's wife. Della? Yeah. Adela, right.
Well, to be fair, you know where she is. She's also going to the wedding.
At the wedding, yeah.
She's just far ahead of you guys because she left earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
with wow, I forgot his name. With our
Last,
yeah.
I'll be frank. How far away from you guys Adela is kind of undefined in my mind, because I don't want to like force Doom Goblin to make a guest appearance.
Yeah,
that's
right.
fair enough.
That's true.
So I cannot say, oh yeah, she's like right in the village, like right over there, or if she already reached St. Paris.
But if we get to like the wedding, when she's there supposedly. Well, I guess you could, like at the wedding, it's a large event. I guess we could always like it doesn't force anyone to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doom Goblin, if you're listening, I'm not gonna force you to do anything. You're always open to guest star, but I will not force you to do anything if you're listening. Anyway.
When you said Doom Goblin, if you're listening, I was like, wait, hang on a minute. I forgot that we were recording this.
Yeah, for a second I was like, oh, he's listening to us.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I think maybe Muninn would try and track down Adela when they get to maybe I should say if and when, but when they get to the wedding.
I kind of
if
I kind of really want to hear that conversation, but alas.
Yeah. Because the thing is, it didn't even. Sorry, not to ramble on about it, but it didn't even hit me at first that like, oh, hang on a minute, they were sleeping with each other. We should be angry about this, as in Muninn and I. It didn't hit me at first, and then obviously in character, it makes sense that maybe it didn't hit Muninn at first. Yeah,
it does make sense.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
I will not comment on whether it makes sense or not, because that might infer spoilers from your backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Show&Tell, you can comment because you don't know Muninn's backstory.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it does that you like it's very unexpected, and you kind of hear about someone that you haven't like talked to probably in a long time.
Yeah.
Or even thought about it in a long time, and then suddenly you hear it in a completely different context. It's it definitely makes sense not to.
Definitely, 100%.
I guess the next thing that happened was almost visiting the village of guardsmen's. Funny enough, that's where I had like most of my notes for the session ready. That doesn't mean I'm mad that you skipped over it or whatever. Rather, what I mean is there's lots of stuff going on. What did you think of the glimpses that you saw?
Yeah, it was really intriguing. The blood thing. For sure. Like I kind of get the feeling that we probably there would be things happening in this village.
Yeah.
I feel they expected us to be there and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. No, the whole blood thing was really weird. I almost forgot about it, to be honest, because it was like a really quick thing. But it was weird.
We just left.
Yeah, but it was really weird. You're right. Again, it's annoying because I want to. Because if this was like a video game, you could explore absolutely everything in your own time.
Yeah.
But because there's like time limits and like, do you know what I mean? It's just like.
Yeah, totally.
But that's not a criticism. That's just like how it is.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah. I want to explore everything.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're missing like a lot.
Yeah, but then that's
Actually.
That's what it's like in real life, though. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's really cool. That there are so many like opportunities and so many details.
Yeah,
that you could choose from.
Definitely.
I appreciate what you guys are saying. Genuinely. I guess we'll see if and when anything that happened in that village will impact you guys or not. Guess next thing that happened is the honey thing, the honey bit.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, a lot happened in this episode.
Yeah, genuinely. The honey bit was cool. I guess it's strange that Akessius would. It seems strange to me that Akessius would lend a tree branch or an olive branch, so like for that a better way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Like like a token of, or a gesture of goodwill, maybe? I don't know.
Conditional though, he did ask, how do you plan to make amends?
That's true.
Ooh.
Good.
That's
But it
true.
seems to me like, it just like, I mean, these guys just like playing with people. They want to have, like, it kind of makes sense to me that they would not want to, I guess, like, go of an interesting pawn or something,
Mm.
or that they would at least like give you kind of the chance to make amends to them and stuff, like, and then play around with you a little more.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the way I get it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I guess it's like beneficial for him.
The bit show and tell you're inside of, it's like they're playing with you. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, in Eurymedon's view, you're like an ant that he's hovering above with like a magnifying glass, for instance.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I can feel that.
But yeah,
Next thing over this, I don't think there's much to talk about there, but the possibility of smoke. You guys discussed about it actually a bit earlier. I don't know if you have anything to add about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder if, like, I'm sure there will be consequences to the fact that we ignored it, but I just, I just don't know.
True enough.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm just going with the whatever.
Then there's the possibility of the monster, quote unquote, in the village of Shepherdess.
Yeah, I'm also intrigued by that. Like, I was kind of hoping that maybe we'll come across something, but really, what were we supposed to do? Like, they gave us, each one of them gave us like a different direction over. I don't know. Even if we wanted to help, we wouldn't know what to do.
Right.
I'd be like,
True enough. I will say, when it comes to like the world building and like me describing an environment or a situation, also feel free to ask me questions like, what's that guy wearing, for instance, or whatever like that, because there might be environmental clues that I may be forgetting, like when I'm doing my prep work.
okay.
But I might have like there might be like, say, tracks, for instance, or there might be.
Oh, we didn't even think to really check. I guess we were, pretty fast to dismiss it.
That's true.
And I guess final thing was you guys reaching the monastery itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That was interesting as well. I feel like it's good that we got to where we needed to go, if that makes sense, in terms of like, it's good that we actually got to the monastery this session, even if that does mean that we probably missed out on a few bits.
I will say, like, strictly personally, this isn't me speaking as like the dungeon master, but more like as a spectator, I guess. Of the like 3 possible helpers, I kind of wish you would have gone with the like apprentice slave lady rather than the grumpy second in command person. But I'm fine with running it this way also.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I
I
think.
feel bad that we missed out on that.
Yeah, I think I do too, in a way. I just think it was like we chose the second because he's probably more knowledgeable. But then
Yeah, that's what that was definitely like.
yeah,
And also, I had like more influence. I felt like,
yeah,
like if something, like I just,
that's true.
like if he would know something, if he like, if someone could do something about the tree, maybe he could do it. Like,
Yeah,
more
Which-
than
oh.
the apprentice.
yeah, which isn't the apprentice's fault, obviously.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll see. And of course, strictly hypothetically, the apprentice and the starets are still there, still packing. You can go to them and ask them for help. Hypothetically, it will be weird.
Oh. It would be weird.
It would be
I
weird,
just
but
for some reason, yeah,
yeah.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was pretty much what happened this session. I kind of wish we would get like a message from Doom Goblin, yo, I want to star in the next episode, so that we can have the Adela Muninn conversation. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way. Any other thoughts for our viewers before we go into our usual shoutouts?
No, not for me.
Not for me.
Okay. Well, dear viewers, thank you for watching and listening to us. We will be taking next week off, but before we go into that stuff, let's see what these people are up to. I say that we should start first with Ashen, who is currently not here. Ashen does some great artwork over on her Instagram, and you can also commission her to do stuff for you. I have commissioned her in the past. She does great work, and yeah, I would highly recommend that you check her out. I don't know if she has like any specific projects going on or whatever, but I'm sure she'll let you know on her Instagram. Next, the dice say that we should go alphabetical, meaning that the next person should be Dely. Dely, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character? Not introduce yourself, talk about yourself. I'm an idiot.
No, it's all good. Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone. I am Dely. I am a Golden VTuber on Twitch. You can find me over there, or you can find me over on Twitter. If you would like to know my streaming schedules and stuff like that. Or more importantly, I think I've been using my Discord server a lot more. So if you wanted to join that, feel free. All of this is in the big, tasty, all-in-one link or website or whatever that you can see on screen right now.
That I almost thought you were gonna make like a McDonald's joke or whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, Dely's link is a fancy link that holds links to all their other links. Take a shot every time I say link.
I love Zelda.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Dely. Do check them out. Next, did I say we should see what Show&Tell is up to? Show&Tell, could you please talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, hi. So I'm Show&Tell, and I currently mostly do reactions on Patreon. Still.
Yeah. Check them out if you can. She's a very, very insightful commentator that I would highly recommend. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. And I was your dungeon master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, it's a lot of fun. I also do another series, still on hiatus. Don't know when it's coming back, but it will be coming back. So keep that in mind. You can also follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter, where I post updates mostly like about our release schedule and all that good stuff. Either way, once again, thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. Again, we will be taking next week off, but we should be back on the week after that. Either way, I will keep you all posted on the app formerly known as Twitter if stuff like that changes. But yeah, we will see you next time regardless. Thank you for watching, and goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.